Alright, so we're going to start with the first part of the solo and we're going to do the following. We're going to start doing that. So the first thing we need to do is an A chord, A power chord. Open A string, second fret of the D, second fret of the G, and then we're going to go to the 7th position of the A string, and we're going to slide to the 7 and do a vibrato. Then 5 of the D string, 7 of the D string, then 5 of the G string, and then we do that movement. We go to 7 of the G string, we strike it, do a bend, a release, a pull off to the 5th, and then we go back again to the 7 and we do a bend, and we are doing the bend, we give a tiny vibrato. Next movement, we're going to do that. So we're going to do a bar on the B string and the E string both at the same time, okay? And then we strike 5th of the B string, 5th of the E string, and then we go to 8 of the B string, we do 8, pull off to 5, and then we strike on the 8 of the G string. And now we're going to repeat the same movement many times, several times. It's 5 again of the B string, hammer on to 8, pull off back to 5, and then 8 of the G string, okay? And we repeat the same movement several times. Now when we need to change, we're going to do something like that. So when we strike the 8th position on the G string for the last time, we go to we do the bar, the same bar we did before. It's 5 on the B, 5 on the E, and then again we go to 8 of the B string, strike 8, pull off to 5, and now we're going to do 7 of the G string, 5 of the B string, and then 7 again on the G string, and we do 7, 5, and then 5, slide to 4 on the G string. Now this is movement. As soon as we do that, we strike 4 and 5 of the G string, and we need to do an harmonic, okay? A pinch harmonic. Now after we do that, we go to 7 of the G string, we strike 1 time, and now what we need to do is we need to do that. So after you strike 7 of the G string, you go again to 5 of the G string and strike 5, hammer on to 7, 7 pull off to 5, back to 5, and then 5 pull off to 4, and then 7 of the D string, okay? And we repeat the same movement again. 5, hammer on to 7, pull off back to 5, 5 pull off to 4, and then 7 again. And we just repeat the same movement at least 4 times. Okay, let's go again. Now, the last time we do that round, we end on the 7 of the D string. And as soon as you do that, the next movement would be, we do that. So we strike 4 of the G string, and then we go to the D string and do 7, 6, 5, and 4. It's a chromatic run. 7, 6, 5, 4 on the D string, and then we go to the A string and do 7, 6, 5, and then 3. Okay? Let's go one more time. And to finish, we do that when we end on the 3rd fret of the A string, we do a slide to the 12th position of the E string, and as soon as you do that, you just do a bend and you release it to the open string. And as soon as you do that, you just lower the note. And then when you're at this part of the note, you just strike on the A string. You just strike on the 12th, and then do a pull off to the open A string, and you release the vibrato, the bar. All right, so let's go with the next section. We do that, so we need to do an A chord, then a G chord, and then a D chord. As soon as we do that, we go to the 20th fret on the B string, and we do a bend, okay? We just slide to the 20, and then do a tiny bend, and as soon as you do that, you strike on the 17 of the E string. That is a movement. And we repeat the same movement 4 times. Now the next movement, we do that, we go to the 21st, okay? And we just strike 1 time and then 17 again on the E string, and we repeat the same movement 3 times. Okay, there is no bend going on right here. It's 21st, 17, same, 17, same, and 17. Now we need to do that. We strike 20, 21 on the E string, then we go to 19 on the B string, and then we go 20 of the E string, and then 17 of the E string. As soon as you do that, you go to the B string, to the 20 again, and you do a bend and a release, okay? Bend and release. Let's go one more time. The next movement, we do that. So we're gonna go to the E string. We strike 17 on the E, 20 of the B string, and back to 17 on the E. It's kind of fast movement. And then we do that. We go to 20 again on the E string. We strike it. We do a bend, a release, and a pull off to the 17. And then 20 again on the B string, and then 17 again on the E string. Let's go one more time. The next movement, we do that. We go to the 20 of the B string, and as soon as we strike it, we do a bend, a release, and a pull off to the 17. And as soon as you do the pull off, you go to 19 on the G string and strike 20 of the B string, and then strike it again, and we repeat the same movement: 20, bend, release, pull off to 17, 19 of the G string, and then 20 again of the B string, and strike again, 20, bend, release, pull off to the 17, 19 on the G string, and then 20 of the B string. It's the same movement, almost the same movement 3 times. Alright, so the next section. We do that. So we need to go, we use the second string, the B string, and the E string. And we're going to do a hammer on from the 14 to 17 and then 20. And that is the movement. We just 14, hammer on to 17, and then 17, hammer on to 20. That is on the B string. And then on the E string, we repeat the same movement. 14, hammer on to 17, and 17, hammer on to 20. And we repeat the same movement again. 14 on the 14, 17, 20 on the B, and then 14, 17, and 20 on the E. Okay, so we just repeat this, do the same motion twice. As soon as we end with the second round, we need to do that. We strike 17 on the E string, hammer on to 20, 20 pull off to 17, and then 17 pull off to 14. Okay, and then 17 on the B string, 14 on the E string, and then go 17 again on the B string, strike 17, pull off to 14, and then 17 on the G string, strike 14 on the B string, and the next movement will be we do that. We go to 17 on the G string, strike, do a bend, a release, and a pull off to 14. Let's go again. And as soon as you do that, you go again to 17. You do use the tremolo bar and do a pull off again to 12. Let's go again. And as soon as you do that, you go strike the open E string and you just lower the note. Let's go one more time. Sorry. Okay, so the next movement. We're gonna do that. So we're gonna start doing a unison bend on the 15 of the B string and then 12 of the E string. We strike both at the same time, okay? And we need to do a bend on the B string, on the 15 of the B string, and the 12 stay still. Now the next movement, we need to use alternate picking. We need to go to 12 on the E string, okay? Just 12, and you just do alternate picking as fast as you can, and that's pretty much it. You just strike several times, and then we need to go, and that is the movement we need to do. The only difference is that you need to do it doing alternate picking, but the patterns are 16 on the E string. Okay, we strike 16, then 19, 17, 16, all on the E string, then 17, 14, 16, 12. And we repeat the same movement twice. Okay, remember that you need to do it doing alternate picking as fast as you can. Now, when you end the second round, you're gonna end it on the 12th, and that's what we need to do is kind of we need to do something like that. So basically, you just go to 14 on the E string. We just strike, do a pull off to 12, and as soon as you do that, you strike 10 on the E string. And then we repeat the same movement, 12, pull off to 10, strike 9, then 10, pull off to 9, strike 10, then 9, pull off to 7, strike 5, and then 7, pull off to 5, strike 3, and then 5, pull off to 3, and strike 1. Let's do it one more time. Okay, remember that you can do this doing alternate picking. So as soon as you end on the first fret of the E string, you just do alternate picking like you did on the 12. You just strike it several times, and then we do that. So we go to the third fret of the E string. We strike one time, then do a pull off to the first position, and then on the first do a pull off to the open string. Now on the B string, it's third, pull off to first, and then pull off to the open string. It's the same movement on the B string, which is repeated. And now we're gonna go to the second fret of the G string. We strike one time, we do a bend, a release, and a pull off to the open string. And as soon as you do that, you strike the open E string, and you just lower the note, and then go back to the beginning. Let's go one more time. Okay, so the next section. So we need to do something like that. So this part, it's the hardest part of the song. It's not hard, it's kind of an awkward thing to play. So what we need to do after we go back on the tremolo bar, we go to the 7th fret of the A string, okay, 7 of the A, then 5 of the D string, and then we go to 7 of the D string and do the alternate picking we did before. We just strike several times. As soon as you do that, we go to 5 of the G string, strike 1 time, do a pull off to the open string, and strike 3 times on the 7 again on the D string. Now this is a movement. As soon as you do that, we do that. We go again to the 5th of the G string, strike 1 time, do a pull off to the open string, then 8 of the D string, then 6 of the B string, same 6, and pull off to the open string, then go to 9 of the G string, and we go again to the 7 of the G, 7, pull off to the open string, and then 9 of the D string, and we go to 8 of the B string, strike 1 time, and do a pull off to the open string. And now we go to 11 of the D string, and then go back to 11 of the G string, and then go back to 9 of the G string, and we just strike 1 time, hammer on to 11, and pull off back to 9, and we repeat the same movement. We just do the same thing again. So let me show you in slow tempo, so you can see how everything is put together, and we just move forward to the next one. Sorry. One more time. Now the next movement, it's kind of the same thing. The only thing is we do it on a different position. Sorry. So it sounds just like the previous part. We just go to 7 of the E string, 7, then 5 of the A, and we go again to 7 of the A string, and we do the alternate picking. Then go 5 of the D string, strike 1 time, do a pull off to the open string, and strike again 7 on the 7th position of the A string 3 times. Now the next movement, we do that. So again, 5 of the D string, just 1 time, do a pull off to the open string, strike 7 of the A string, and now go to 5 of the G string, strike 1 time, do a pull off to the open string, and then 9 of the D string, okay, 9 on the D, then 7 of the D string, strike 1 time, do a pull off to the open string, we strike 9 of the A string, and then go to the 8 of the G string, strike 1 time, do a pull off to the open string. Let's go again. Okay, and then go again, so like we did before, 11 on the D string, and go to 9, strike 9, hammer on to 11, and then pull off back to 9, and we repeat the same movement many times. Now after that we just repeat the same part than before. Sorry. Okay, we just repeat it, and now we're gonna end it on a different way. After we do the 9, 11, okay, thrill that we need to do, we just move a position, and we do 7 and 9, and it's the same movement, and then we go again 7 and 5, and we do the same movement, and then we end it on 4 and 5. Okay, let me show you. Sorry. And then the final part of the song comes in. Okay, so now the tapping section comes in, and we're going to do the following. We do that. So we start tapping on the 9th position of the B string. Everything happens on the B string. We strike 9, okay, tap 9, and then we just put this hand, or maybe if you're a lefty, the other hand, on the second fret of the B string, and we just tap and do a hammer on to the 5th position. So we're going to be using the 2nd fret and the 5th. So we tap. So okay, so first is 2nd and 5th. Now we move this finger, the tapping finger, to the 10th position, to the 10th fret, 10th. And we just repeat the same movement. We keep this hand on the 2nd and the 5th. And now we're going to change. We can change this hand. We're going to still be on the 10th with the tapping position, and we're going to go to 4 and 7 of the B string, okay? Here we go again. Okay, after we do that, we need to move this hand, the tapping hand, to the 12th of the B string, and we're going to still be on the 4 and 7 of the B string, but we're going to just tap twice. Okay, just twice. Let's go again. Sorry. It's just twice, and then we're going to change, and we're going to go to the 5th of the B string and the 9. Then we're going to stay there, 5 and 9 on the B string. And then we're going to change, we're going to do something else. Let's go with this part again, and we move forward to the next one. Now what we're going to do, we're going to move the tapping hand to the 13, and we're going to do 5. We're going to stay on the 5, but this time instead of playing 9, we're going to do 5 and 8. And we're going to just tap one measure. And now what we're going to do, we're going to change to 15 on this hand, and we're going to we're going to use the 5 and 8, and we're going to tap twice, okay? Just twice. And now we're going to change positions. We're going to go to 7 and 10, okay? 7 and 10. And we're going to do one measure. Then we need to change this hand, and we go to 17, and we type twice, okay, on the 7 and 10. It's always that, one measure, then we change this hand, we do twice, and then we change position. So let me show you again. Briefly, we were on the 5 and 9, type on the 10, and then we go 5, 8, and 13. We just strike twice, and then we move forward and change positions to 9 and 12. And we do one measure. Let's go again, the whole section. Okay, so now the final part. We're going to do something like that. So we're going to start doing a chromatic run. We're going to strike on the 17 of the B string, and we're going to go to 12 and 15, okay? So we tap 12 and 15, and now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to change this hand. We're going to go one position, we're going to lower one position, and we're going to go to 11 and 14. So we tap twice, and then change positions, 11 and 14. Change again, 10 and 13, and then change again, and 9 and 12. Okay, let's go again. We repeat the same movement twice. Sorry. And now we change again positions. We're going to go to 15 with the tapping hand to the 15, and we're going to go to 10 and 13, and tap 15, 10, and 13 twice, and then again we just lower, and it's the same idea, we just lower one position and go to 9 and 12, You just stop twice, and then again lower 8 to 11, and then again 7 to 10. Let's go again. We just repeat it just once, and we're going to change positions again. We're going to go to 13, okay, and 8 and 11, 8 and 11, and we just repeat again twice, then change positions 7 and 10, change again 6 and 9, and now change again and go 5 and 8. All right, so let's do the whole part again, and then we just go to the final section. We change, and now we go to the final part. We're gonna do tap on the 12th of the B string, and we're gonna use 4 and 7, okay, at the first. And then we're gonna change and gonna go 5 and 8, and we're gonna stay on the 12th. We do 2 measures, okay, 1 measure of each. Then we go back again to 4 and 7, and we just do 1 measure. And now we're going to do something else. We're going to change it. We're going to use the same positions, 4 and 7 and 5 and 8, and we're going to just tap once for each. We do it several times, and when we finish, we strike the open E string, and we just lower the note. Okay. Let's go one more time with that final part, and then we just finish the song pretty much. Change. And now 12, 5 and 8. I'm sorry, 4 and 7. Change. Change. And I think on the original song he do some kind of harmonics right there. And that's pretty much about it. I hope you liked it, and see you on the next lesson.